And we have so many wonderful experts here in Europe. And I have the utmost honor to present some of them to you tonight. We will start with Dr. Henk Fransen from Holland. He is our first speaker. He will also be the first speaker at the Holistic Europe conference that will take place in March 2018. He is a medical doctor. He has studied many alternative healing techniques, written lots of books about healing cancer. He has also worked with experts in China, and now he is building the first chemical-free hospital in Holland. Hello, Henk, and welcome to the webinar.
Hi, thank you, Camilla.
Thank you so much for taking your time tonight, Henk, and talking to our audience about healing cancer, about immunity. We have some questions here, and we can maybe add some if our viewers will come to that. The first question that we have here for you is, what can we do to avoid the traditional winter illnesses? There are so many people around who are getting sick predominantly in winter and before Christmas. Is there something we can do?
Interesting question. You start so little. You know, I work already 25 years, especially with people with cancer. And that's more an end stage of all these diseases we have in the West with our lifestyle. And everything often starts with colds and flus. This very good question. I also like that you say, what can we do to prevent it? I think prevention is the essence of medicine. And I also think that it's so much easier to prevent things than to treat them if you have them, even if it's only a flu, right?
Yeah.
And you can say, if you already have a cold, you can support the body in that. There are some natural supplements to strengthen the immune system and help it, support it to get the bacteria and viruses out. You can also do very simple things to help the body to get rid of toxins, because you can say a cold or a flu, we often get that because there are accumulated too many toxins in the body and the body tries to get rid of it. So drink enough so the toxins can go out of the kidneys. You can do coffee enemas or other enemas to support the liver in getting toxins out. Breathing exercises, going to the sauna in a light way, all can help the body to get rid of toxins. And really in the beginning of a cold, if you take a few grams of vitamin C, you can often stop a cold. But if you say, what can we do to prevent it? Then it has to do a lot with our lifestyle. And what I said, not only colds and flus, but even diseases like cancer. Researchers worldwide say that we could diminish cancer with 80% only by getting a little bit better lifestyles. So very important to do that. And then you can say what I said, that there are too many toxins accumulated in the body, so we should do things to get toxins outside of our body, not let it come inside. And the most important thing in that way where we get toxins in is with our food. So natural biological food, then you strengthen the body with a lot of healthy substances and you do not get toxins inside. And then you can do, like I said, a lot to support the body to get rid of toxins that can come in by breathing and movement. Breathing, we get a lot of toxins out with breathing, and moving really makes that the blood in the body circulates. Mm-hmm. We can do some things to support the liver and drink enough to support detoxifying by the kidneys. But the most important thing to detoxify for the body is that it's not stressed. We can do many healthy things for the body, but if the body constantly is in stress by our lifestyle, the immune system and detoxifying of the body is on a very, very low level. So we should also take a balance. There's nothing wrong with stress, but there must be enough relaxation at the same time.
Mm-hmm. You spoke about breathing, Henk. Is there any really simple tip how to breathe? Because many people don't even realize that they breathe in the wrong way.
Yeah, that's true. The most simple way to enhance breathing is by doing a little bit of sport. And then you combine in a nice way circulation of the blood so that all the oxygen you breathe goes to the cells, and all the toxins that the cell bring into the blood can go to the lungs. So a little bit of movement with the body, doing sport you like, without sporting really as pressure, as that you, I don't know how they say that in English, but that you sport in red, that you stress the body too much, just in a nice way is very effective. And then there's a very simple breathing technique that you breathe in a few seconds, say 3 seconds, that you then hold the breath 4 times longer. So 4 times 3 makes 12 seconds, and breathe out slowly in 2 times that you breathe in, so 6 seconds. So 3, 12, 6, and that 10 times really detoxifies the body and brings a lot of oxygen in the system. You can even get a little bit dizzy in the beginning, so sit down, don't stand.
What about people who cannot exercise, who are already sick? And you have surely come across many people like that in your, in your previous years, looking after people with cancer. Is there something they can do with physical education?
Yeah, I see that the patients that perform the best, so they survive the most, they always do this movement even in bed. They, a few times a day in bed, they practice pulling themselves up. Before anybody else, they want to go to the toilet. They walk a little bit on the corridor in the hospital. So movement can be very simple, but the body needs this movement. Otherwise, the bloodstream slows down and then it gets toxic. And then you have something really interesting, which is when we mentally exercise, it has a not as strong as if you really exercise, but it has a strong influence on the body. So if we imagine we do a yoga posture, it has almost 60-70% of the effect that you really do it. And that we also practice with athletes, that besides the physical training, if they imagine doing it, this is also very effective. And can be very happy to do also if you are in your bed.
Oh yeah, I guess that some people may interpret this the wrong way, that they don't need to exercise at all. They can just imagine exercising. But yeah, that's a good tip for somebody who is not lucky enough and cannot just get up and do some physical exercise.
But also this other person that does not want to exercise, but really imagines in his head that he is running. That's also the beauty of our potential as creators. If we imagine something, it becomes a reality. And if someone continuously imagines he is running, sooner or later he finds himself running in the street. That cannot be different.
Excellent. Henk, could you just summarize maybe for our listeners the information that you've just given us, and focus on the immune system? What can we do now to boost it in order to avoid illnesses and infections?
In my workshops, in my lectures, and also in the next conference in Prague, which we are going to give, I use a very simple model that you can boost the immune system on 5 levels. The physical level of the body, the emotional level, our emotions, the mental level by our thoughts, the social level by our relationships, and the spiritual level, our soul, our inspiration. And on all these levels, most people only think about food or about supplements even. But on the physical level, they are much stronger. Like we can live for months without food, but only 2 weeks without water and only a few minutes without oxygen. So breathing on the physical level is one of the most potent. But on all these levels, we can take simple measurements to improve our health. And we will discuss this in detail and very nicely in the conference.
Excellent. Henk, thank you very much. If we have any further questions for you from our listeners, we will come back to you.